Welcome to the first of the stretch sequences, stretch and meditation. This is a general stretch sequence for the entire body. We'll become more focused as we go on through the series. So you will need with you today a yoga strap, firm strap. It can be a piece of rope, it can be a dressing gown tie. So have that with you. The aim is to hold the stretches for a period of time to come into the stretch and then allow it to develop. So if at any point you feel any pain or discomfort is different to pain, but if you feel something that's not quite right, come out of it, do the more gentle version, and then come back into it, or just sit that one out. So we're going to start standing. Normal posture, I'm not going to concentrate too much on posture. There will be a section on stretching for good posture. And we're going to start with the full body stretch. So I'm just going to set the timer because it's important to keep a certain set of seconds for each stretch. So keeping your back long, your tummy pulled in, extend your hands up towards the ceiling, linking your fingers. Feel the stretch to the front half of your body, looking directly ahead. If you can, turn your palms to face up towards the ceiling, stretching through your wrists, palms, and then gently gaze up towards the ceiling, keeping a gap at the back of your neck, about the size of an orange. And imagine someone's pulling you up towards the ceiling, stretching through your arms and the front of your tummy. Your knees are pulled up, your thighs are engaged, gentle squeeze of your glutes as well, and you'll get more out of the stretch. And just hold. So you're getting up first thing in the morning, having the biggest stretch you possibly can. And then release. Bring your arms down in front of you. Gently take a bend through the elbows and release your hands. Side stretches. Breath in. As you breathe out, lean over to the right. See if you can stretch your fingers down to the outside of your knee. Still going to be using your tummy, but you should now feel a nice stretch down the left side of your body. Tighten your tummy to come back up to center and then over to the other side. This is level 1. We'll take it to level 2 stretch. Coming back up to center. As you go over to the right, lift your left arm up and over. If you want to, gaze underneath your left armpit. Both feet should be pushed down into the floor equally. Bring your head back to center and then slowly come up again. Last one over to the other side. So lift the arm up, right arm up and over. Stretch your left fingers down by the side. And then if you want to, turn your head looking through underneath your right armpit to increase the stretch slightly. And hold. And slowly come up, back up out of it. And supported back stretch. So take both hands, place them into your lumbar spine, one on either side of your spine. They should be positioned like this. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to squeeze your shoulder blades back. Feel the stretch across the front of your chest. Try not to push your bottom forward and arch through your back. You're still long and straight. It's your opening through the front of your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades in the center of your back. Take a gentle look up towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. Pull the elbows back a little bit more. And then slowly release. Bring your arms down by your side. You're going to take the forward fold. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend forward from your hips, keeping your back straight. You can place your hands on your thighs. Eyes gaze down towards the mat, and you should feel a gentle stretch up the back of your legs. Excuse me. Keep pulling your tummy in. You're lengthening your legs. Sit bones are high. Back is flat. Just hold in this position. Feet are still hip distance apart at this point. Pull your tummy in, and if you can, fold forward a little bit further. You can support your body with your hands on your shins, or you can reach down for your ankles. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible, stretch down, place your fingertips or your hands down on the floor and let your head be heavy. Really pull down through your arms, so feel your shoulder blades stretching wide. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, use your hands to walk yourself back up your shins. Don't touch your knees, then onto your thighs, and slowly uncurl all the way back up. Take your legs so they're wide on the mat. Toes are pointing forwards, your feet are parallel. Hands are coming onto your hips. Again, keep your back nice and long. I'll turn sideways again so you can just see what's going on. And we're going to take the flat back forward fold. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, coming down, you're looking down towards the mat. Your back is flat, tailbone is up towards the ceiling. Just holding that position. Kneecaps are tight, pulled up. If you do need to take a slight turn out of your feet, then do so. Good stretch down the back of your hamstrings again. Going as wide as you can. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Lean forward. You come down. Place your hands down on the mat. You might want to take your legs a little bit wider. Head is relaxed. You're looking back through your legs. If you get any discomfort in your knees, a tiny micro bend through your knees. Bring your hands back to your waist and then slowly come up. Look directly ahead of you. Breath in, and as you breathe out, all the way back down, flat back, and then coming into the forward fold. From here, if you can, take your hands out towards your feet. Deeper stretch with your upper back. Head again is heavy. Bring your hands back to center. Half lift up. So you're just looking out in front of you towards the end of your mat, or out about 2-3 feet. Tummy still pulled in. And then release all the way back down again and hold. Just while you're there, holding, bring your hands back to center. Walk your hands out in front of you on the mat and come down into 4-point kneeling. And I'm just going to bring the camera a little bit closer so that you can see the rest of the sequence down onto the mat. So your back now should be nicely released, back of your hamstrings nice released. And we're going to take it into cat-cow stretching. So this is going to take your back into extension and flexion and also stretch through the front of your belly. So take a breath in, lift your head, lift your tailbone. There's an arch in your lower back. As you breathe out, chin towards your chest, push up through your shoulders, tuck your tailbone right under, back is as long as you can possibly make it. Breathing in, long, slow breath in, come back into cow. As you breathe out, tuck your tailbone. Again, long, slow exhalation. You're working with your breath. And another breath in, into cow. And breathing out, into cow. Really push up as hard as you can. You want to try and stretch out the length of your back. You've got one more cat-cow to do, so into cow. And then into cat. And release back to 4-point kneeling. Just come back to a seated position, sit back onto your heels. Just looking and feeling through your neck. We've done a little bit of neck work so far. We'll just do a little bit more. So take a breath in, look to the right. Hold, not in any rush. Try and pull back a little bit more if your neck will allow it. Breathing out, take a look to the left. One more to each side. Breath in to the right. And a long, slow breath out to the left. Bring your head back to center. Take a gentle look up towards the ceiling. Still imagine you've got an orange just placed in the nape of your neck. As you breathe out, chin towards your chest. Again, breath in, look up. And breathing out all the way down. Coming back to center, let's do some shoulder shrugs. Lift your shoulders up as high as you can to your ears. And then very quickly release. And again, breathing in. Hold and release. And again, breathing in. And release. One more, breathing in. And release. Turning lengthways on your mat. Coming into extended child's pose or rest pose. Take your hands out in front of you. You're aiming to get your forehead down to the mat. You may find it easier with your knees wide on the mat, allowing your body to sink down and relax. If that really causes too many problems on your hips, you can't get your bottom to your heels, Stack your fists in front of you and relax that way, just allowing your back to open up. And we're getting a nice gentle stretch through your glutes. If you are in extended rest pose, take your fingers out as far as you can and push away. So push your hands away and you'll get an extra stretch through your lumbar spine. Suck your tummy in. Bring the stretch also underneath your arms. So you can go that little bit lower as the stretch develops. And then just walk your hands back in towards you, bring your knees together, lower your forehead down to the mat. Take your arms behind you into child's pose. You may want to hook your fingers into your toes and just allow your upper back to relax and open. So you're dropping your shoulders down towards the floor, feeling the stretch all the way between your shoulder blades. Deeply restorative stretch. We're just going to hold this for about another 20 seconds. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push yourself back up into a kneeling position. Come into 4-point kneeling. Bring your right foot out in front of you, coming into our low lunge. So keep walking your foot forward or your left knee back. You want to keep your right knee over your right ankle. Keep your hands down on the mat. Eyes gaze down towards the end of your toes. You're keeping a long straight back. And feel the tension in the front of your left hip, opening up. Just allowing yourself to sink down. Now this won't happen straight away. It'll feel tight to start with. But again, we're going to be holding this now for about 30 seconds. If you want to push up and bring your right forearm or right elbow onto the front of your right thigh, you can do. But still keep your back at an angle. And we're holding for another 20 seconds. Keep pulling your tummy in for support. That will help any issues with your lower back. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your hands back down by the side of the mat. Take a lean backwards. Your right heel is on the mat. Still keep a tiny bend through the right knee and just hold this position. A stretch down again, back through the back of your hamstrings, into the back of your knee. If you want to flex your foot, you get a deeper stretch through the back of your calf muscle as well. And slowly rock part the way forward. Bend your right knee, bring it behind you, and just repeat with the left. So bring your left foot out in front of you. Wiggle your foot forward until you're into the position where you look down and your knee is over your ankle. So it may be deep for some of you, it may not be so deep for others. And just hold here. So the left knee is sitting into your left shoulder. Your chest is in front. Find the stretch. Front of your right leg now is feeling it. Okay, still keep pulling your tummy in. If you want to come up into the slightly higher version, then please do. So left elbow across the front of your left thigh. And just allow the body weight. No, don't bounce up and down. Just allow the body slowly to sink. So we're not trying to make the stretch happen, force it. It's just happening naturally. Just holding here for another 10 seconds. And bring your hands back down onto the mat. Just take the lean backwards. So you're really stretching out to the left leg now. Take flex through the foot if you want to. Tummy in for support. Just allow the back of the leg to start to stretch. Straighten off a bit. You're not trying to force it, not overextending through the knee. You can still have a slight kink in the knee, that's fine, but you should feel it down the back of your leg. And the more you pull your toes in, the more you'll feel it through the back of your left calf. Really nice stretch to do, if you've been seated all day. And then slowly come forward. Bring the leg back and come to a seated position. So we'll take a couple of seated stretches, starting off with butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together. Hug them in as far as you are able to and just holding onto your ankles. Once you're here, sitting up tall, bring your shoulders back and down. It's a hip opening exercise, hip opening stretch. You can probably see my hips are quite tight, my knees are quite high. We'll just start off here before we take it forward into the diamond fold. So if your knees are a little bit lower, that's great, more hip flexibility. So you're pulling in on your ankles, you're keeping your back straight, shoulders are back and down. So try not to hunch forward. We're going to do the forward lean in just a moment. Just holding, keep pulling your tummy in. Things will start to give in the stretches. You suddenly think, oh, I'm not feeling it quite so much. You can adjust and pull in a little bit more. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, push your legs away in front of you. Bring your elbows just to the inside of your thighs. Or you can take it lower, bring your hands towards the end of your toes, elbows out across your shins, and then drop your head down as low as you can. And give a little gentle pull on your feet, but keep pulling your tummy in. Again, opening out through your hips, extension through your back. Hugging in on your feet. Breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly push yourselves all the way back up and come to a cross-legged position if that's an option for you. So taking your right hand across to your left knee, take your left hand, place it behind you and just turn. Very gentle spine twist. We're going to deepen this in a minute. Sit tall, take a breath in. As you breathe out, twist a little bit further. Coming all the way back to center, swapping over, taking your right hand behind you. Left hand is onto your right knee. Breath in, as you breathe out, start the twist. Hold, keep breathing, and then take another deep inhalation, sit tall. As you breathe out, twist that a little bit further. And release, come all the way back to center. Take your legs out in front of you. Keep your left leg in front. Cross your right leg to the side of your left leg. We're going to twist back round to the right. Take your left arm, wrap it round your right knee if you can. And then again, pull back, take the twist. This should start a deeper stretch through the side of your right glute. Keep your left foot flexed. Pull your tummy in, sit tall. Take an inhalation. And as you exhale, twist a little bit more. We're just trying to deepen the stretch. And then gently release, come back round to the center. Extend your right leg, bend your left leg, pop the foot the other side of your right knee. Take your right arm, lean forward, wrap your elbow around. Take your left arm behind you and start the twist. Again, it will pull, start to pull, this time in your left glute. So keep pulling your tummy in. You're trying to pull your left shoulder back towards, away from you, towards the back of the room. Take a breath in, sit tall. As you breathe out, twist a little bit further. Bring your head back to center, release, and bring your legs out in front. Coming down to lying on your mat. Bring your strap with you, you'll need it in a moment. Keep your left leg bent, pull your right knee in towards you, right leg in towards you. Preferably holding behind your thigh, if you've got dodgy knees. Pull it in as far as you can, and then slowly extend your left leg away from you. Again, another nice stretch down the front of your left leg, and we're stretching through the glutes on the right. Breath in, as you breathe out, bring your left leg back in towards you. Release through your right leg, hug your left leg in. Breath in, and as you breathe out, slide your right leg away from you. Just holding. Trying to imagine your right leg's being pulled away from you, so you can still be quite tight through your kneecap, through the front of your thigh. And then slowly release your left leg. Reach around for your strap, and we'll finish off with a hamstring stretch. So bring your strap, your belt, whatever, underneath your right foot. It needs to be taut rather than one of the Pilates long bands. You can hold with two hands, or you can hold with one hand. Keep the left leg bent, and just gently pull in your right leg. Again, if your hamstrings are really tight, you may have a bend in the knee. So you can pull the knee all the way, and it will stretch to a certain extent. It's not stretching your hamstring, it'll be stretching through your glutes. So the purpose of having the belt is, even if your leg is straight and further away from you, that will start the hamstring stretch. So find the point where your leg is straight. You can still keep a micro bend in your knee so you don't overextend, and gently ease in. Trying to keep your buttocks on the ground. Just hold for another 10 seconds. You might find during this 10 seconds, you can just pull in that little bit further. We're not taking it too deep today by taking the other leg away, keeping the leg bent, and then slowly release the tension on the band. Swap the feet over. So pop your left foot through into the strap, right foot down on the floor, and then just start to ease in. So you're aiming to keep now your left buttock on the floor, feeling the stretch. As long as you can feel the stretch down the back of your left leg, stretching your hamstring. And keeping your toes, your feet aren't pointed, and almost push your heel away a little bit. That will help to increase the stretch down the back of your mid leg. Just holding another 10 seconds. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release the leg, bend the foot, and place your strap down on the mat. Finding your comfortable position for your meditation. Now, just take the time. You might want to pop a bolster or a cushion under your knees. You might want to cover yourself with some warm clothing. But just take these 30 seconds or so to find your comfortable position. Try to be back lying if you can. Take your legs out towards the outside edges of your mat, and your arms are out as well once you're covered over. Just lift your head, check your posture, making sure everything looks balanced, and then lower your head back down towards the mat. Trying to commit to the stillness. Just feeling your body weight push down onto the mat. Be aware of the back of your head and your shoulders. Be aware of your lower back and your pelvis, your calves and your heels. Feel the weight of your body pushing down. And be aware of the mat underneath you, providing you with support. Keeping your eyes gently closed. Just release some of the tension that you may be holding in your face. Feeling your jaw soften. Maybe your mouth is slightly open. Giving your shoulders permission to release and become soft. Just bring your awareness to the point between your eyebrows, your third eye. You don't have to keep focusing on this. Just for the moment, have that awareness in the center of your forehead, and then you can let it go. Just bringing your awareness now to your breath. Just notice your breath as it comes in through your nose and leaves again through your nose or your mouth. Be aware of the cool air as it enters your body, and the warmer air as it leaves your body. being aware of the rise and fall of your chest, your belly. Notice the length of your breath. Not trying to change your breath, just becoming aware of it. Then become aware of the sounds that are around you. You may think that you're lying in silence, but listen to the sounds that are around you. Maybe a gentle noise of a car going past. There may be some weather. Just tuning in, not attaching any story to the sound, just noticing it. Maybe you hear the sound of your own breathing. Just taking the time to hear, receive, and keeping your focus on listening to the sounds for the next 4 minutes. Starting to bring your awareness back to your breath. So leaving the sounds behind. Just coming back inside, listening to your breath, noticing whether it's quieter, whether it's calmer. Maybe you're breathing slightly deeper and slower, or maybe shallower and slower. Just simply observe the difference. Start to deepen your breath a little bit. As you do so, bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes, bringing movement back into your body. Gently move through your wrists and your ankles and take your head from side to side. Bring your head back to center. Take a deep breath in and take your arms up and over into your full body stretch. And then slowly bring your hands back in towards your chest. Walk your feet back up the mat, and rolling over onto your right hand side. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, push down with your left hand, extend your left leg away and bring yourself all the way back up to seated. Coming into a cross-legged position. Sitting tall, keeping your eyes closed. Take another deep breath in, sweep your arms wide up towards the ceiling, and then bring your hands down, heart center. Drop your chin towards your chest, feel the stretch through the back of your neck. Gently flutter your eyes open and bring your head all the way back up. Thank you. Sleep well. Hope you've enjoyed your stretch and meditation relaxation. Namaste. Thank you.